Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment I want to discuss with you guys how to get ready for flu season. It is upon us. I have in the past few days had to bust into my supply stash in the care of friends and loved ones. So I want to go over some tips with you guys, some good things to store to get ready for flu season, and also just some basic understanding of flus and viruses in general. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the difference between flu and colds, okay? They are different entities altogether, all right? The flu is caused by the influenza virus. The cold is caused by the rhinovirus, all right? A cold, do you feel, crappy? Absolutely you do. Do you run a fever? Yep, a lot of people do, okay? But the difference is in severity and duration, okay? The flu, whenever the flu hits you, it's like getting hit blindsided by a 18-wheeler. Think about it that way. Wham! There it goes. Now the cold, on the other hand, is like a little love tap from a bicycle. Okay, it's like, whoa, okay, all right, I can do that. The cold is, for a lot of people, manifested with chills, body aches, fatigue, sometimes fever, but typically it won't last very long. Usually a couple days, like maybe upwards to 5-6 days to a week, okay? And then you're over it. With the flu, it's a different story. With the flu, you have a rapid rate of onset and a severe crippling of the body being able to carry out its daily tasks, okay? So essentially getting hit by an 18-wheeler is, going to knock you out for, in many cases, some weeks, okay? And it takes a while to get back from that. What I want to focus on with you guys is a few things to store, and it has made my life a lot easier over the past few days. Primarily, I want to try and avoid these things ahead of time, and a lot of us are running around stressed, so I like the Gaia Herbs Adrenal Health Booster, and I'll put a link to all of this stuff in the description box below so you guys can click on that, check it out, see if it's going to be a good fit for you. But I'm a big fan of building up the adrenals, because I can tell you what, guys, if you're like I am, there's so much to do and you're running around trying to get everything done this time of year. Make sure you're taking care of yourself so that way your body is supported and you're not as likely to get sick, okay? Take care of yourself. Now let's talk about when you first realize something is going on. My favorite thing to store, oil of oregano, right here. Oil of oregano. This particular brand, the Now brand, which I'll put a link in the description box below, is enteric coated, which means that it's coated with a special thing to basically release itself further down in the GI tract, so that way your body gets the maximum benefit from the pills that you're taking. Good thing. Oil of oregano is what I use like front line before I'm even considering conventional antibiotics for bacterial-borne stuff, okay? Now, oil of oregano, let's remember here that bacteria is not what causes colds and flus, okay? But what ends up happening a lot of times is that the flu or the cold is a virus that weakens the body, so that way you have opportunistic infections like bacteria that not otherwise would be there, and they grow and they bloom, and then it gets nasty. So you have a cold that turns into a sinus infection, etc. Okay? Oil of oregano is good for both viruses and bacteria. It's a good frontline thing to store. Now let's talk about when you're actually in the throes of a fever related to a virus and you've got the body aches and all of that stuff. This has been a recent find of mine, and I'm a big fan of it. Have used it quite successfully. This is from Planetary Herbals. It's called Old Indian Wild Cherry Bark Syrup. I'll put a link in the description box below. This stuff is amazing. It has so many things back here, like really good supportive stuff for the immune system and in general, and also for the respiratory system. We need to make sure that we're really taking care of the whole person, okay? Like, it's not enough just to give people pills. It's not enough just to say, okay, you have a fever, let's give you some Tylenol or some Advil or some aspirin or whatever and try and control the fever. There's a reason why the body is cranking out a fever, okay? The fever exists to try and banish unwelcome house guests from the body, all right? To kill the foreign attackers, essentially. Viruses and definitely bacteria are opportunistic infections, okay? Especially viruses, and they tend to only thrive in certain environments where their happy needs are met. And one of their happy needs is to have a very cushy, cozy, warm, moist environment that isn't hot, and that's why the body ratchets up the temperature, okay, in order to kill these things, all right? So what we need to make sure that we're doing here, store up the stuff to help bolster your immune system. For the love of Pete, take care of yourself, eat well, guys. It's important. I care about you guys. I don't want your family members to get sick, because if you're like me, you're the first person to take care of them. So you know what happens. We take care of everybody in our loving hearts and goodness. We give it all out, and then what happens to us? A few days later, you're like, Okay, so I care about you. Take care of yourself. But one of the ways that you can also take care of yourself, guys, is to eat well. All right, make sure that you're eating an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables and staying very well hydrated. This is also critically important with people who get sick. Okay. I'm not a big fan of like eating a whole bunch of stuff when people are sick. I'm a huge proponent though of juicing and doing fresh juices when people are sick. Especially in the case of a fever, guys. If somebody pops a fever up, okay, like 101, 102, 103. When we get past 103, I'm kind of like, all right, time to call out for that one. But when you get to fevers, 101, 102, the body is expending a tremendous amount of energy trying to generate that much heat to throw out those viruses and in some cases bacteria, okay? So what we need to do is to support the body as best as possible, give it fresh fruits and vegetables in the form of juices, okay? Because that's going to give us calories, it's going to give us nutrients, it's also going to give us, if, for instance, if you juice ginger or cayenne in many cases, it's going to help support the body's natural defense mechanisms, okay? So these are just a few things that I want to go over with you guys to help get you ready for the season, and Lord willing, you won't get sick. I'm speaking blessing over you. I hope that you have very healthy and disease-free holidays, right? But again, I really think it's important that you take care of yourself nutritionally and that you take care of yourself ahead of time by supporting your adrenal glands and keeping your stress to a minimum, okay? I hope it was helpful for you guys today. If you did enjoy the video today, please subscribe to me, Patriot Nurse, and also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. If this stuff interests you and you're like, whoa, I want to learn more, come out to class. There is a 2-day experience for you. Medical Prep 101 and 201 are happening all over the country. The 2016 schedule is out now, guys, so make your way on over to the website, thepatriotnurse.com, and get yourself in a class today. Love to see you there. I hope it was helpful for y'all, and for now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.